Out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Hooked on MFS, quality fishing tackle. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans, and Farlow's Caribbean cuisine with a southern twist. We're off for another cross-country saltwater fishing adventure. Back to British Columbia to experience some of the Pacific's top bottom fishery. First step is to fly to the west coast and catch a plane from Vancouver to Port Hardy, BC. Whenever I'm in BC, I get a chance to have breakfast on land before my flight. It's a tradition to have smoked salmon eggs Benedict. This is going to be a real treat for my special guest, Benjamin Rubini, who has never been to the West Coast before. When you're itching to get fishing, it seems that time slows down, and I'm itching, especially looking at all the trophy fish mounts displayed at the airport. It's obvious thousands of fishermen use this terminal to get to some of the best fishing lodges on the Pacific West Coast. Before we know it, we're in Port Hardy, BC, and loading our gear on the Sun's boats that will shuffle us to Sun's Lodge on Malcolm Island. A quick 15-minute boat ride, and we're greeted by Sun staff, who takes all of our gear to our cabins. This is no ordinary fishing lodge. It's situated on about 40 acres of land overlooking the Pacific. I've been on a lot of docks, but this one has to be one of the longest and best built docks I have ever walked on that connects the mainland to the fishing boat fleet. Orientation. Time to get the scoop on what to look forward to for the next 3 days and to get to know some of the other guests.
So, you know, enjoy the wildlife. You got orcas and dolphins. There's an 18 park, but it takes a lot of fun.
Then it's off to explore the Pacific bottom in search of colorful bottom fish. Our first stop is fishing just off a rocky shoreline where the water drops down to 200 feet, only about 50 yards out from shore. Ben.
Yo.
Nice one. Flip it up. Look at. Nice stripe down the side.
Beautiful.
Man, such a variety. Yeah, hold on to the spoon so we can see it, so it's not swirling. I'd help you, but I'm jigging. You know, I can't. Perfect. You can see we got some spectators in the background. It's another Sun's crew. Look at. Nice bottom fish.
Mm-hmm. I like the stripes. Canary?
Huh. You know, these guys are really good eating, so we're going to keep a few of them to take home. Okay, do you need the pliers?
Yes.
Don't lip it.
Nope, I won't. Nope, he will.
Wow, he's courageous. Perfect.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Ben, isn't this neat?
This is awesome.
You know, this is nice because you can go from salmon fishing and trolling with downriggers to jigging on the bottom, just with the vertical jigging spoon, and you never know what you're going to hook. Or you can use bait on a spreader right on the bottom. No idea what this fish is. Double. Good. Look at that head. You know, Ben's rod looks like he's got a small fish on, but he's got a pretty heavy rod. Hey, it's a small ling. Now look at, aren't they beautiful? Look at those big fins, mottled colors. You know, these guys will get like over 30 pounds. Okay, Jacob, do you want to put the gaff just on the hook and we'll shake it off? Yep. Let him grow bigger. Ben, nice little, look at that, nice rock cod. Bring it up so we can have a look at it. Come on over here, Ben. I know you like to be over there by the railing. Just watch, there's no railing over there. So, you know, look at the variety of fish that we're getting. And you know what? These are all good eating. The only thing is when on some of these rock cod, unless you get a bigger one, the fillets are kind of small. Yeah. Is it sharp?
Show us.
Is it sharp? Show us your things. Okay, let's release this one too, because we're trying to get some bigger ones. But they're just a lot of fun to get on these spoons. Give her. There you go.
Nice.
Try walleye fishing, basically. You know, it's hard to concentrate on the fishing when you see this beautiful scenery. You know, usually when we're fishing saltwater, we're so far offshore and everything's flat. Look at here, I can see the mountains in behind these islands. They've got snow on top. They're just gorgeous. And the air is so fresh. I mean, you really get a workout when you fish this deep, especially with the center pin reel. Same reels that we use when we're salmon trolling out here. And you know, now I've tested them on the Atlantic, down in the Gulf of Mexico, here in the Pacific, and I can tell you they work real fine. No. Ben, come on over here, Ben. Join the club. Okay. Come on over here. Bring it around the engine. You know, I like talking to you. It's not just about catching the fish. You know, Ben? Right?
No, that's when you're
okay,
side
crank
by side.
it. Crank it. As my friend from Australia would say, give it stick.
Give it stick?
Give it stick. And you know what?
Oh.
Quill back. Look at the bubbles coming up. Look at those quills. Is he going to thrash it all? So see, if I hold him on top, he's just going to float there because he's still got air built up.
And his eyeballs are going to pop up.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But he'll be okay. They can usually regulate. So I'm just going to get him up. You can catch these all day long. We're going for different varieties here in different colors. We're fishing this deep water. You just never know what you're going to get. There. Look at pretty fish. Just going to toss him back. Let's see what you got, Ben.
I'm going to guess the same thing. So what do you think? Could this be a snapper?
I don't think so. I think it's another quill back. I'm just going to hang my lure. You just take your time and hurry up, okay? So what do you think of this bottom fishing out here in deep water?
I could do this
all day
long, all weekend long.
Oh, look, nice. Look at this. Great release. How did you do that?
Not a good release.
Okay, I'm lowering my line down.
One of the prettiest fish is the Kelp Greenling. These fish look more like an Arctic grayling than a bottom fish. Greenling hit well, put up a great fight, look beautifully adorned with bright green, brown colors covered with brilliant spots, and if you love to eat fish, they're great eating.
Ben, what do you think of this? Does it feel like Mexico?
This is surreal. This is unbelievable. Look at that scenery.
We're not in Florida. Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Nope.
You know, we're here in beautiful British Columbia. We're fishing out of Sun's Lodge, and we're testing these bare reels in the Pacific Ocean. I hear that. You got the clicker on.
Yeah.
I don't know if this guy's going to stay on. He's hooked very lightly. Come on, let's have a look at you. Now look at. Now, our guide said that they call this a Tommy cod. I know this fish as a Kelp Greenling. Like, look at. I know we get some beautiful fish when we fish down south in the warm seas like the Gulf of Mexico, or even like off of New Jersey in the cold Atlantic. Isn't that a gorgeous fish? Look at the models, the spots, the fins. Beautiful, even the eye, the colors. Okay, Ben, did you bring your fish up yet? Have you seen what it is?
I think it's the same thing you just had, a Kelp Greenling.
I had pliers here and they disappear. I got them. Okay, bring them up. Good size, look, twins. So one of the reasons I think why we've caught these, Ben, the guide put us very close to that point behind us and the kelp that's there. So I'm going to get mine off, and then we're going to get yours off. What a nice pair. Why don't you hold the lure like I am? That might be a good idea. Yeah. Look at you. Did you find out if they have teeth?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
the hard way.
Why don't you let yours go first, and then I'll drop mine in.
I'm going to put my
Look,
thumb
you
in.
are so bold. I don't know. What are you doing? Yeah, we're going to get some iodine. Yeah, that's better.
There you go.
So many times have you fished out west?
Oh, this is the second time. I just heard a whale.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to drop. Watching. Notice I don't have my finger in its mouth.
Yes.
Come on. There it goes. That's a fish drop. Look, going right down to the bottom. So just a tip.
you know, especially with fish you're not familiar with, Ben. I would use pliers or hold on to the lure.
Absolutely.
Like these are pretty big lures.
Absolutely.
This is made by MFS Baits,
Yeah.
actually from the other side of North America, from Newfoundland. So mine is thin and flat, and you can see it's had lots of work.
Yep.
Part of this is smack and bottom when I'm jigging. Part of it is from fish teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You've got one that's a little bit fatter, and I gave you the flash. We're gonna call this bling. It's got that little hoochie tail on there.
Yep.
Sometimes those hoochies behind a flasher work really well for salmon.
It did this
Especially that size, like for sockeye or pinks, you know, the smaller salmon.
Yep.
But we're fishing very simply here. What I like about fishing here in British Columbia, you can be way out off the coast, but look we're so close to shore and the water's quite deep here. So if you look around us, we actually have mountains all around us. So the way you see the configuration of the shoreline, the geography, that's the way the land goes into the water. It drops off fairly quick. And you can also see all the turbulence on the surface. What did you hear? Did you hear a...
I did. It was a humpback whale.
I know, I saw the big thing going, the mist going into the air. I like Jason's strategy. He's put on small fish so we get used to it, you know, the jigging and stuff. But the one thing we got to be careful of, if you snag, even though we don't look like we're moving very fast, we're moving at a clip.
Yes.
So you try to find bottom, but then lift up and jig off it, okay? And the pliers are right here if you need them, Ben.
Okay.
Sometimes when you fish deep and jig right on the bottom, you hook some pretty interesting stuff that doesn't turn out to be a fish.
Ben, have you ever caught a rock in deep water?
I'm bringing up a rock.
I don't know. Oh. Careful.
Okay,
Well, come on. Are you gonna what are you doing?
Hold
Taking
on,
a break?
hold on. I need a break.
If they only heard the audio, I think it would
do
be
me a favor.
suspect. All that grunting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's taking the gloves off. Taking the gloves off. I think it's a rock. How do you hook a rock with a vertical jigging
Okay,
spoon?
do me a favor.
What? I'm not. No, I got my own rod. You reel. Come on, get it up. Come on. We haven't got all night. At least you're fighting something. I'm waiting for a hit. Let's see. Is it a round rock or a long rock? Is it flat? Oh, mine got off. Okay, I might as well reel it in now. After all that, I lost mine. Is yours still on?
I don't know what the hell.
I'm gonna have a drink and sit down. Okay, you call me when you're ready.
No, you're gonna.
No,
You know
I
how
can't.
heavy this is.
No, I can't. Look, I got my hands full. Come on.
I got
Is that a
excited.
bubble?
I thought jellyfish.
It's a big jellyfish.
I was like, no way, that's too small.
They lost an anchor here a few years ago. Maybe it's an anchor. It's a rock. It's a rock. That is a nice rock. How heavy is that? 10 pounds. You want to weigh it on a scale? That's a 10
How the
pound.
hell, man?
Looks like a heart. That's around 10 pounds.
I'm not letting this go.
Should we want to weigh it? Do you have a scale?
This is a keeper.
Do you have a scale? Ben feels funny. Not really fighting after the first few head shakes.
What is that characteristic of?
I don't know. Maybe just a small fish?
A link cod?
No, it's a rock cod. Okay, Ben, look at
Beauty.
punker. These remind me like of a punk rocker. So these are probably one of the most common rockfish. And you got to be careful because you know what these are? They're spines. It's beautiful. He's also got spines right here on the gill plates. So notice where I'm holding them, just on the belly. And I'm going to use pliers. What a gorgeous fish. Doesn't he look kind of punky? You know those guys that have their hair like this? He's a small guy. They get actually bigger than that. Ben, you're free to hook one, by the way.
I just did.
You got one?
Yeah.
Good job. Okay, I'm going to drop mine
Just as
over.
you said that.
You don't have to be too careful with these fish because they're kind
this
of
one's
hardy.
a little bit bigger.
Okay.
The quillback is one of the funkiest looking bottom fish with bold red and brown colors and very long, sharp dorsal fin spikes. I wonder where it gets its name.
Ben,
Yes.
are you hooked up?
No, I'm still just getting down.
I'm hooked up, but you know, when you hook fish this deep, they just feel heavy. I felt a couple of head shakes as soon as I hooked it, and that's kind of gone quiet. Felt a couple of head shakes. You know, the nice thing about the Sun's boats is you can see how high they are, so you can actually lean against them. Kind of reminds me of the boat that we have down in Florida when we're fishing in the Gulf of Mexico. Because the fish are hooked so deep, it's best to reel them in a little bit slow. And these bare reels are ideal because it's 1-to-1 gear ratio.
So every time I go one rotation of the reel, it's picking up that amount of line. It's not multiplied. You know, it's a really workout. We're using pretty heavy jigs, and we're fishing anywhere right now from 200 to 400 feet of water. So it takes a while. What I dread is when we move spots, because you just got to reel up. It's kind of like using lead core line when you're trolling for salmon. Ben, you're being awfully quiet there. This is nice. It's like a diver. Look at the bubbles coming up. So it's regulating, and this is good. It's not hooked that bad. I'm going to try lifting it. I don't think we need the gaff on this one. This rod is a little bit light, so I'm just lifting it up. Oh, look at nice energy. They're gorgeous fish. They kind of look like a bass, you know, but for salt water, these are probably one of the most common fish that you get here.
There's the spikes.
And I think they're, look at those spines. Nice, eh, Ben?
Yeah.
I like the way you're jigging while I'm talking here. Got to be careful here that it doesn't thrash. I don't think I need the pliers. There. It should pop out.
A lot of jellyfish, eh?
There. Look at beautiful fish. I'm going to be really careful here, just sticking underneath the gill plate. Look at, see why they call it quillback? These things are pretty sharp. I think they're funky. Rocker. Looks like a rockfish, hard rock. Big eyes. Now, he's pretty well regulated on the way up because he released bubbles. I'm going to try dropping over the side, and he should head right to the bottom. Okay. Come on. There he goes. Closed captioning brought to you by Leguano, natural barefoot technology for every adventure. Today we have a very special treat. We're going to enjoy the Sun's Bistro. This is like a fishing shore lunch on steroids.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Sun's Lodge Beach Bistro. So today we're going to be starting off with a little smoked salmon chowder. Then we're moving on to a soy-tula crab boil using Old Dave's spice mix. Then we're gonna be moving on to chimichurri marinated steak. So that will be served with a little pickled red onion and pickled jalapeno. And I hope you all enjoy. Thank you.
The guides have brought live Dungeness crab that are carefully selected, and as a treat, they show the guests how to properly put them to sleep, crack their carapace off, snap them in half, and shake off the entrails. Sound gross? Not to me. I love fresh seafood.
And then we're gonna grab all the legs under one side, just like that. Being careful to watch out for the claws here. Get underneath, push down, and that kills them instantly. They're done. Now you just got some nerves still going. Take both halves, push right in the middle, and twist. And then we take all the excess guts and mandibles off. Give it a good shake. Running away from us here. Same thing, we're gonna rip this off. Pull that off. Another good shake.
The Dungeness crab is being served with fresh fish chowder and delicious grilled beef tacos and fresh salad. Do you know that fishing even a few hours really builds up an appetite?
Boy, this is a gorgeous day.
So I'm curious, when you're lodge operators, is it like being on holidays every day that you're up here?
I wouldn't say every day, but you know, we do call it summer camp for grown-ups. So.
Because you know, I've met people that have gotten involved in lodges because they love fishing in the outdoors, and after getting the lodge, they've never done so little fishing.
I've heard that too.
So anyway, look, it's really nice to be here. You know, I'm with Lisa and Bruce, and we're having a fun time here at Sun's Lodge. We're just watching all of the guests that are enjoying a beautiful lunch. We have ours here. We just came a little bit away where it's nice and quiet, and I just wanted to chat with them. How did you get involved into a fishing lodge? Is this something you always dreamed of?
Well, it was a mutual friend. I'd always thought about having my own lodge, but when a friend called me up saying their friend had a lodge for sale, that really got the wheels turning.
Okay, now what happened when you broke that to your wife? Lisa, what was your response?
An amazing new adventure. This is gonna be spectacular.
Are you serious? You weren't thinking, I'm gonna be away from my friends, no shopping, there's no malls here, not on Malcolm Island. That was all okay?
It doesn't get any better than this. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I could have never dreamed of being in a place so spectacular and so quiet and still. I had never been fishing, honestly. And when Bruce brought me up here as a guest 4 years ago, I literally fell in love with the place.
You don't just offer fishing, you offer an entire experience. So I've had the pleasure of coming to Sun's Lodge a few times. Tell the viewers a little bit what they can expect when they arrive. Everything from arriving at the dock to how they're treated, where they stay, how the routine is?
So the fishing, we've got everything here. You got all 5 salmon, you've got halibut, lingcod, all the bottom fish you could imagine, and you're fishing next to whales and porpoise, and then you got the sea lions. You never know what you're gonna see out there.
Do people have to bring their own gear?
No, there's no gear that's needed other than just their basic clothing. We have the raincoats, pants, boots, pretty much everything you would need from that standpoint.
Wow.
And one of the most important things is this all calm water here. We're protected by so many islands. You don't see any swells. It's extremely rare that you can't go fishing every day.
One of the most amazing things is the beauty of our setting. It's so gorgeous. The cruise ships chart their course through the inside passage just behind our island. We absolutely love this area, and what we wanted to do is create an experience that's luxurious, that we serve our customers from beginning to end, and they lack nothing. So we spent a lot of time over the past winter season upgrading all the guest rooms. We have luxury accommodations down to our linens, our new beds, all new furniture, artwork. We've renovated the dining room, and because we had some opportunities, we took the time to develop a whole new commercial kitchen, and the food this year is astounding. One of the most amazing experiences is our burger boat. You're fishing, and all of a sudden a Sun's Lodge boat pulls up with a grill and a chef cooking fresh burgers and hot dogs. Nothing like you've ever experienced before. And then what we're experiencing today, the Beach Bistro. On an island, you have nothing but the beauty of nature surrounding you, and our chefs cooking an incredible feast.
I'm looking at our plates. We had wonderful chowder for starters. Now we have this, and then for dessert, we're having Dungeness crab. So it's going to be ready in just a few minutes. So look, we'd love to chat longer, but we got to get fishing this afternoon, and we are hungry. We haven't eaten since last time. Enjoy. Bon appetit. One day I wandered out on the sea, searching for something that really found me. I didn't know it, but it drew me to it. Soon I was full of its passion in me. I'm Italo Labignan. 40 years I've fished the world and have learned it's not just about catching the fish, the size of the fish, or the numbers. It's about appreciating every sunrise and sunset, the smell of the sea, savoring the culture and the fish with friends. Here's the catch. It's the total experience. Presented by Bear Reels, versatile, precision, handcrafted hybrid center pins. Hooked on MFS, quality fishing tackle. Seabreeze boats, tame the oceans, and Farlow's Caribbean cuisine with a southern twist.